Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. And we are bringing you the gloriousness, the wonderfulness that is Napoleonic Wars in Mountain Blade. We are live here on Twitch bringing you the North American Duel Tournament. And let's just give you a little bit of an overlay here. There we go. As you can see, so much green. Deep, deep amounts of green. And you can see all the various guys in their duel getting ready. There's Sitias, and here is Kucherov, who's just warming up Tukan, and there's Superb Pedro. And you can see now, basically the admin is configuring, getting everybody set up. Now the idea essentially is they'll be in there each in their individual little pens. As you can see, it's gone well already for some of them. So they'll be fighting in their individual pens. Now, obviously, it will be the first of 5 victories. And after that, obviously, it will then move on to the next aspect of the competition. And I'll get an idea of the breakdown of the brackets, all that kind of stuff. And so we are obviously trying to provide you with as much love for Napoleonic Wars, for the completely insane bunch that is the North American community on this wonderful game. And we're going to see some serious skills here tonight, boys and girls. Some of the best melees in the game right now. So we're going to see plenty of action with large, hard 17 inches. Yes, otherwise known as a bayonet. But we'll have to wait and see how things go. Who will rise to the top, so to speak. There's Am I Ranger. Who's this fellow over here? Dire Wolf. There's Oatmeal. Infamous Oatmeal. Wonder if he's related to the cartoonist. Let's see. Here's James. Sons. There's Tukan again. And there's Superb Pedro and Yoshi as well. Of the NR8, no less. Once they get into their boxes. So, yeah, they've got to get into their little pens, get ready. There's Master Epics. And there's Ghost Rider. So, as you can see, this is the kind of thing that we're getting set up with. Everybody's going to be having a massive, massive punch-up and fight right in the middle. And we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to see some great displays until somebody is eventually crowned the victor this evening. So, we thought we'd do it as a stream, as opposed to a recording, obviously. It's all going to be one big, long stream, as we're going to play this from start to finish. And you can see our old friend Moraine is in here as well. Always a pleasure to see him. There's Sitius, obviously, and there's Tukan still. And you can see these guys getting warmed up, along with a little bit of suicide here and there. And there's Seawater and James. Waiting patiently is Sugar from the 15th. Oh, look at this. Going up against Chamber EXE. And a pre-match teabag. And they should be ready to go quite soon. And obviously, thank you to admins for organising this. It's all good fun. It's all a giggle. And you can see now, A14, so they're going to have an individual position here. So you can see all the positions here. So A14, there's Rune waiting for his opponent. And there's A15 and 16 and all the rest of it. It does look very green screeny, doesn't it? It's very, very well looked after grass, I have to say, on this particular map. So I can't really argue. The groundsman has done a great job of looking after the grass. But I suppose, considering the amount of dead bodies and blood that's flown onto it, or flowed onto it, I should say, it's had quite a little bit of nutrients seeping into it, so to speak. Am I Ranger? Look at that moustache. That's serious moustaching going on. And look at this warm-up from Sir Wool with a fine beard. There's Risk. Also Fine Beardage as well. Rune. Look at these guys getting set up. And here is Winters from the NR8, Fusilier. And his opponent is Giles. Well, precisely. There's Ghost Rider up against Masters Epic. There's Matt up against Archer. So, obviously, we're just waiting for everyone to get set, get ready to go, and all that kind of funky good stuff. And then we'll be underway with North American Duel Tournament. Hello. Now, there might be a punch-up, you never know. God only knows what's going to happen. As we just wait for these guys. And, yeah, it's good to see that Napoleonic Wars players across the world are very much the same. They're basically, 5 minutes before we start, they are basically chomping at the bit. They want to get in there. They want to have the fight. There's a little bit of trash talk going on between all the guys. A little bit of joshing, a little bit of fun poking and all the rest of it. And there we go. Look at this. Start now. And we should be ready to go. Look at this. There's Tex. Why is he going very, very slow? There's Anna Kendrick, who appears to have lagged out. Oh, God, somebody's died already. So let's move down here. Over to see these two guys fighting it out. Look at this. It's Masters Epic. And oh, we seem to have disappeared. What the hell are we doing over here? We were watching Masters Epic and other people fighting. And look at this. Fantastic fight coming. Oh, look at that. He goes in for the kick. But the blocking is being done well here by his opponent. It's Ghost Rider. And look at this as he's... Oh, he gets hit once with the bayonet. Look at that blocking. Fantastic stuff going down. And you can see multiple people dying already as we follow the action between these two battlers. Fantastic to watch as we see them trying to get that advantageous first stab in there. Maybe sort of dive in on the inside. Oh, look at that. A quick turn. Oh, he went in backwards. That was nasty. It's going to be interesting to see if they actually manage. They're bleeding slightly, so they've obviously got a little bit of a poke on each other. Look at that. Oh, glorious. Until finally a fine stab from Epics takes down Ghost Rider. Now over here we're looking at Matt and the Archer from the 45th. So you can see the Archer really trying to block in those attacks. Matt being very aggressive, trying to corner him in the edge there. And look at that. Oh, look at that. A quick attempt to stab back. And this is going to be a problem. Matt's trying to block him in the corner. And he takes him down, Archer. Look at that. 1-1 now between Archer and his opponent. So these guys keeping score. You can see Giles 2-1. We're watching Masters Epic. Let's move over here to Fusilier Winters of the NR8 up against Giles. So it's 2-1. We'll have to wait and see how things go. As you can see, Giles now defending himself from those attacks, and his opponent is literally just trying to skirt around him, trying to get that all-important stab in, but Giles gets a stab, gets stabbed in return, and now it's a situation where he's got to try and avoid those. Look at that beautiful blocking coming in, gets hit once, nearly got stabbed in the bottom, and finally falls. There we go, 3-2, Fusilier Winters. So, and it is best of 5, bear in mind, boys and girls, or first of 5, I should say. Immediately they come back in. Let's go over and see another battle in progress. Oh, goodness. Okay, that didn't go well, obviously. Let's see how Am I Ranger. Oh, God, Am I Ranger has just been murdered horribly. So, Am I Ranger now up against Sergeant Vic of the LIR, and now they go back into the fight. Look at that. He's very aggressive. Goes in straight away for a stab onto Am I Ranger. And Am I Ranger gets a stab in return and then gets stabbed in return as they continue the fighting here. Oh, a fine stab into Vic. Beautiful stuff going in there. 4-2, Am I Ranger there. As the scores on the board, so it's pretty close there. I think it's fair to say that Vic might be ahead. Difficult to say. And look at that, Winters also 4-2 as well. Stab going in as these guys continue to fight. Let's move on and see what's got her foot over here. There's Zethos. Correction, there was Zethos. And Fotin Let's have a look. Can we get an idea? Oh, 4-1, 3-2, 2-2, 5-2. Am I Ranger? Look at that. GG's. That's always a pleasure to see. And then you go spec after the duel. So let's see who these are. Battlers. Here's Tex from the HRE. And Anna Kendrick. There's a name I recognise. Oh, goodness me. They just stabbed the Scotsman. That can't be good. And look at this. The bodies all over the place. Now, I'm reckoning it's, what, 3-2 based on the bodies that are in here. In favour, I would say, of the opponent. The Scotsman, Anna Kendrick. And there we go. There's another kill by Kendrick. And there we go. 5-2. Look at that. Fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic. What's going on over here? Here's Gottfried, Colonel of the 98th. Look at that fine beard, sir. Going up against infamous Oatmeal. The Oatmeal is in here. And you can see it looks like Oatmeal's died 1, 2, 3 times. So this may be a bad situation for Oatmeal. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, look at that. He went in for the kick. Obviously, the massive stun effect. That's really helpful. But if you can get it, and unfortunately, Oatmeal did not. And then he was unceremoniously stabbed in the bottom by his opponent. So at the moment, here, the spec mode has just moved us over, which is very annoying indeed. Here's Seawater having a battle with James. Now, let's see. Let's look at this. Look at the glinting of the bayonets, the cling. Oh, look at that. Seawater gets stabbed in the bum as James 4-3. Heavens above, look at that. This could be a close moment for James. Now, his sons fighting up against Yoshi. So Yoshi of the NR8. And down goes infamous Oatmeal. Oh, wow. Gottfried went infamous Oatmeal 5-0. And you can see also their sons 5-3. GG. And now Yoshi. Very nasty indeed. Let's see. We'll move on to other parts going on over here. Here we can see Sitius. The late Sitius, I should say. As Kucherov. Now, let's get an idea. 5-2, Ghost Rider. Good stuff indeed. Is now basically the guys are going spec as Risk. What is going on over here? What is going on? Oh, completely silly. There's something strange going on. So, as you can see, there seems to be some technical problems going on with some people. And this fellow over here, Kucherov, currently waiting for his opponent to return. Said opponent does, is Sitius. And you can see now, look at this. These guys circle each other, looking to get that first stab, that kick. If you can get that kick off at the right time, the right moment, it can have a stun effect. You can then go in for a second or third stab and kill them very, very fast. But it also leaves you open. Oh, look at that. Leaves you open to your opponent dodging around the side of you and stabbing you in the posterior, which needless to say is not exactly what you would call pleasant. And there we go. GG's between those guys. And Kucherov can now go spectator. Oh dear. Oh no. Who's in the centre? It's Rune. So Rune currently sitting in location 14. And there we go, 5-0 to Rune. Wow, well played, Rune. Good display. Here's Jerio, who's also dead. And as you can see, it's pretty much a very, very messy map. And they reset it, obviously, to get rid of all the bodies because it's just, yeah, you need a bit of clean-up detail because, yeah, you're going to trip over bodies when you're trying to melee. You want to be able to avoid that very, very important bayonet stab. There we go. Epics and Ghost Rider need to report their score. So, Ghost Rider won 5-2. Good stuff. Excellent. Devant de Chef. Correction, the corpse. So they're resetting the map again, and then they'll be underway with the next section of the duel, the rounds, and then we should be ready to go. So, good display thus far. Definitely plenty of good melee skills on display, and some close matches, some not so close matches, but either way, we're going to see some damn good stuff so far, and we're looking forward to more. So, yes, I need to have a word with the person who chose this green. This green is a little extreme, because most of the guys, you go out into nature and it's just green, whereas this is kind of green, and it's a little jarring, but never mind. Anyway, so Matt apparently is going through a midlife crisis, aren't we all? There we go. The last scores are being recorded, so obviously got to make a note of the scores into the various documentation that they do in order to administer such a competition. So a shout out to the admins who are doing the administration of this event. And yeah, basically you're going to have a little bit of downtime in between each of the sessions. Because essentially they've got to get everyone sorted. People have got to leave the server. People have got to join the server. The people who have not yet fought, obviously, will have their opportunity to do the fighting. And then essentially it just means the times in between the rounds will get a little bit shorter as time continues. Because essentially it'll be a case of, you know, we're going to be looking at, let's just give us a nice little overlay. Overlay. There we go. It will give us an opportunity to basically talk endlessly about nothing whatsoever. So it looks like, here we go, Jakester in A1, Fotin and Baby J in A2. And they're getting set up, as you can see. Anthony and Godfrey in A3. So we'll go back to the standard camera. And Flex and Theodin, or Thodin, A4. Look at all these guys getting ready to go. Hawkins and Toucan in A5. Should be this location here. There we go. Sanders and Pedro in A6. Capone and Yoshi in A7. So they'll be moving into this position here. So by all means, say hello in chat. Oh, hello. Yeah, okay, thanks, Token. Appreciate it. Let's see. What is going on? And there we go. They can begin their duels. As they are in. And there we go, Capone. And here we are with Toucan. He's having a punch up already. And he's in with Hawkins. And look at this. Fantastic melee stuff being seen with it. Oh, there we go. Toucan's just been stabbed. This could be an opportunity. And it was. He dived on the inside of Toucan and murdered him horribly. It's Kucherov. Up again. Oh, freestyle flex with a stab in the testicles. Lovely stuff indeed. Who's this fighting here? Here's Anthony, Colonel Anthony of the AEF. And here is Colonel Gottfried. Oh, hot Colonel on Colonel action here, boys and girls. Look at these two colonels fighting now, obviously. In a lot of regiments, the colonels aren't necessarily known for their fighting ability. Except for, you know, maybe catching cannonballs with their face. Look at that. Anna Kendrick has just killed his opponent. There's Fotin. And here is Jakester of the 41st. Oh, look at that. He goes in for a quick kick and a stab. And they're going in for a quick. Here's Retro G. And these two guys fighting it out pretty seriously. They've got to watch out for those kicks. It's going to cause them problems. They're going to get murdered horribly. Down goes Jakester. Whale versus Risk in A14. And look at this. There's Private Sounders of the 33rd fighting up against Superb Pedro. And a fine murdering there by Pedro. So Pedro seems to have the advantage, I would say, 3-1. But we'll have to wait and see how that goes on. The fighting over here continues with Yoshi getting a stab onto his enemy. We move over and see Captain Wasty up against Seawater. Look at these two guys. These guys are going ham. Look at these two. This is fantastic. Look at these guys. They're really getting into this duel. Fantastic stuff to see. Fine blocking. That really, really good attempt to try and get on the inside of their enemy, but the blocks are just too good between these two players right now. Oh, look at that. He got an advantageous stab in there on his enemy. That's going to be interesting as the camera then bugs out and moves us away. Bloody typical. So here's Wasty and Seawater. These are the two guys fighting up against each other. And they pause for a little bit of breath and a little bit of... Oh, look at that. A nice attempt to kick him there. As these two guys really absolutely locked in battle. Very well matched, these two. Oh, there is a stun. That's what happens when you get a very, very good kick onto your enemy. That stun effect followed up by the stab. And that was a fine kill there by Wasty onto his opponent. As one of his others here, Fireboy, gets murdered. We're looking at Jerry O's going up against his opponent. Fine stabbing. Look at that. There's a few hits and another hit going in. Look at this. Fantastic stuff. And we're back with Wasty again as the camera bugs out. Now, let's move over. Here's Toucan continuing to battle. Let's go over and see on the far side. Who is this fellow? Vetro G seems to be waiting for his opponent to come in from spawn. Here's Anna Kendrick. Goes in for a cheeky kick very quickly. And obviously Colonel Gottfried of the 98th fighting. And here's Seawater. Obviously still up against Wasty. Wasty bleeding a little bit. But these guys are really, really well matched. Look how good they are. The blocks, the attacks to try and get in, and there a kill onto Wasty from Seawater. Great kill. Oh dear. Oh no. Mass murdering occurring. Now let's see what's going on over here. Fusilier Winters and Nicky J. Oh, fine stab, sir. Look at that. 3-2 Winters. Very good indeed. These two battlers is Rune fighting with Windflower. Look at these two fellows going ham completely in the center here. Locked in their own private battle. And look at that. He's going to try and get him up against the fence there. Try and pin him in if he can. Wow, these guys are just amazing. Absolutely incredible. Because obviously, as you're probably a bit aware, I could not melee my way out of a wet paper bag. But hey-ho, these things happen. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Look at these two guys. Absolutely breathtaking to watch as they fight it out between them. Windflower and Rune. Look at this. Oh my goodness. They're gonna get aches in their mouse and keyboard hands at this rate. Obviously, most of these relatively young people, so they might not get as affected as the old guys. But wow, this is serious meleeing going on between these two guys, and it's pretty close, I have to say. Look at them. Oh wow, absolutely amazing. It could be that they're still going in several hours from now. Look at that. God in heaven, this is just beautiful. This is poetry, kinetic poetry right here. As these two guys continue to fight. Windflower nearly got... Oh, Windflower with an opportunistic stab. Oh, 3-1 in favour of Windflower. Wowzers. And then these guys begin to fight, and very quickly nearly got stabbed right at the start, Windflower. And now, oh, look at that, goes in for the stun and the stab. Oh, how did he manage to survive that, Windflower? Surviving by the skin of his teeth, but not that time, as Rune takes him down 4-1. So it looks like Rune's actually winning 4-1 against Windflower. So in comes Windflower, trying to just get some of that score back if he possibly can. And there's Gottfried 1-2, Wasty 3-2. Oh, look at that stab into his opponent. As Windflower gets hit once and gets backed up against the wall. Oh, this could be a problem for Windflower if he doesn't get out of there quickly. Oh, that could be very nasty for him. As these two guys continue their battles. Look at this. Don't want to get too close. Just in case something... That was a mistake. Oh, dear. Windflower fell.